Wow. It brings me so much joy to see the children of the same household singing and dancing together. You know, it's small things like this that many people don't take very serious. But for me, it hits home. It brings about hope to the Black nation. It brings about hope to the Black agenda. It brings about hope to Pan-Africanism, to African consciousness. I mean, I love seeing the EFF and the MK together. But anyway, in this video, I want to speak about Julius Malema addressing the VBS saga question one more time. And Julius Malema never mixed around his words. He addressed it like a leader should address it without any fear of contradiction.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane Zinchiva Sono, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, wow, there's so many activities that happened today. The progressive parties came together to speak and answer some questions on how they're going to be an effective opposition movement. And we had what do you call it? The opening of Parliament speech by Cyril Matamela Zela. Cyril Matamela Stiene. What is Cyril Ramaphosa's surname? Oh, yes, Ramaphosa. Yes. Cyril Ramaphosa, the DNC coalition that brings about so much confusion. But in all of those midst, we had to address one more time this issue of VBS. You know, so many things happened, a little bit of confusion that happened to some of you when Dalimpofu answered. We were like, what is Dalimpofu saying? Because Dalimpofu was completely wearing his legal head and was confusing us. And I said to you guys, the leadership of the EFF needs to come out and bring about the confidence to their people and say, this is where we stand with VBS. And Julius Malema did exactly that. And I love how he answered it, because for me, after this, there's no more debating this thing of VBS. We have so many problems in South Africa as a Black nation that we should rather focus on uniting, and not only uniting as the Black nation, but protecting leaders like Julius Malema, Abu John Hlophe, Jacob Zuma, Abu Nhlamulo Ndlela, Abu Dalimpofu, all of them, including Abu Floyd Shivambo and Abu Dr. Ndlozi. We should protect this type of leadership, because our last hope as the Black nation, lies in the EFF and the MK party, the ATM, and the Triple C. So let's talk about how Julius Malema answered that question of VBS Mutual Bank.
The last point, Judge, I'm not scared of this. I'm the one who spoke about VBS. I'm not scared about this VBS story. There's no Matodzi affidavit. That is a sponsored propaganda that is aimed at intimidating and defocusing the EFF. I will never be defocused by VBS. I will never be intimidated by VBS. I can tell you seated here, and I'm repeating myself, and I'm so disappointed that Sam Kelwe doesn't defend me. I sat down with him. I gave him, it was a panel of them. I said, ask me any question you want to ask me. They asked me the same things that you are trying to create an impression that they are new. Those questions were raised at that time, and facts were never found. No leader of the EFF received a VBS money. No EFF received a VBS money. Matodzi never alleges in his affidavit that the money was given to the EFF or the leadership of the EFF. In Matodzi's affidavit, which is unbelievable and we dispute, is that the money was given to Sgamega. As Sgamega money, which we never disputed, that Sgamega confirmed it received the money, to an extent that Sgamega was called by the curators of VBS, and Sgamega reached an agreement with the curators of VBS to pay back the loan they took from VBS. That loan has since been paid. So there is no one, even in Sgamega, who has eaten the money of Gogos. They've paid back that money back to the VBS. Try something else. You want to talk about the cut? In the meeting where Samkel and them were interrogating me and thinking they've got facts like you are doing, unless you just arrived from Ukraine, you will not know what are the issues that transpired before. They even made me to take out my wallet in search of the cut you are talking about. They couldn't find it on me. What makes you want to raise the same issue that you probed me, not through questions, literal search, and the cut you are talking about, you could not find in my position? Try something else. VBS will not work. We're not here for the first time. We've been tested before with unfounded allegations which their aim was to achieve a political end. The abuse of state and the state resources has never intimidated us. There is no one who can raise VBS and silence me. The only thing that is going to silence me from raising matters in this country is death. Outside death, nothing will stop me, nothing will intimidate me. I'm not scared of Ramaphosa and all of his cahoots. Let them bring it on. We are ready to fight them. And if they want to arrest, we told them then, this thing you are raising in the Matodzi evidence was even there before people got arrested for VBS. Why didn't they arrest us then? You cannot put any man of the VBS in our pockets or in the pockets of the VBS. That's what Advocate Dalimpofu was saying. He never said the EFF received money. He was saying, let's assume that affidavit of Matodzi is true. Even with
this is the authority I need from a leader when they're answering such questions that seeks to derail us from the focus of black consciousness and Pan-Africanism. This is how you answer questions. Dalimpofu could have done this job better, but Dalimpofu, being a legal mind, he answered it in a legal frames and giving us too many examples. We end up with getting confused. But the person who's alleged to be involved on the affidavit of Chifiwa is Julius Malema and Floyd Chibam, and Julius Malema answered it like a master. He says he's not scared of VBS. He brought the VBS. If you watch this whole thing, he didn't wait for the people to ask him about VBS. He brought it up because he wanted you to put this thing to bed and lay it to rest. And he says nobody's going to defocus the EFF because of this VBS issue. And he said very clearly that no leader of the EFF, nor did the EFF directly, he doesn't use the word directly, I'm using them. No leader of the EFF, and the EFF did not receive any money from VBS. That's what he's saying. Say, rightfully so, even if you had to believe the affidavit of the chairperson of VBS, he says the money was sent to Scameta, and Scameta had also a contract with them where they got a loan. And that loan, there was paperwork, and they paid back that loan. People always fail. If you heard me speak about Dalimpofu, I said he failed to mention this point. This company of the brother of Floyd Shivambu had a contract with VBS, and they paid back the money. But remember, the way media works is that they repeat a lie many times, and it ends up sticking to us. And at the absence of the truth being told, then it's what we believe. Because now we see ourselves the mainstream media is pushing the narrative of a corrupt EFF, and you come to YouTube and you find YouTubers who are not clued up as to what is happening in this case, and they push a narrative. And because people are watching the same narrative on Twitter, the same narrative on TV, the same narrative on YouTube, the same narrative on TikTok, then they tend to believe it. But it's your boy King that comes out to say, even if we believed that affidavit, which is, I told you guys, that is a criminal who was bargaining for a lesser sentence. He only got 15 years. He's probably going to spend 5.5 or 6 years, and he will be out. And in that out, they would have secured for him more money. He's not going to come out poor out of that cell. I promise you guys. So, Julius Malema last time, years ago, when the media was asking him about this nonsense of thing, he opened his card because they were saying there's a card that follows you all the time. You opened his wallet and he said, listen, here's my wallet. What do you guys see? Here's the bank accounts. Here's my credit card. Here's my license of the firearm, because you must carry your firearm and license at all times. He says, here's my things. Here's how we do these things. So what are you guys saying? You know, so I love the way Julius Malema tried to do this. And he says, you guys are not going to silence me with this thing of VBS. You are not going to silence me. In fact, Julius Malema made the same statement that he made years ago. He said, before even people were arrested, he said, you guys must come and arrest us. And I'm telling you guys, if the mainstream media and white monopoly capitalists and even the ANC, because the ANC is good with killing its own kind, if they had a case against Julius Malema, there would have been a case number by now. The EFF would have lost good leaders, because those leaders would have been charged and they would have went to prison. But because there is no case, there is nothing that these people are going to do. They're just going to perpetuate this narrative continuously on the media, so that you who fail to think can believe that the EFF is corrupt. Let's listen to how he continued to answer this question.
Says he gave the EFF money, but there's nowhere where Matodi says EFF solicited a bribe or asked for a donation. He says he offered, if we're to believe that particular affidavit. And he doesn't say he has donated money to the EFF account or to the leadership of the EFF. He now speaks about taking the money into Sgamega, which he's got contract with, and it is on the basis of that contract that the curators accepted the settlement of Sgamega. So the matter is closed. But because you have nothing against the EFF and you want to intimidate it going into this 7th parliament, you go to the dustbin, thrash literal journalism. You start searching for things that are non-existent in an attempt to silence us. Our keeping quiet on this matter is not because we don't have answers, but we are just tired of answering nonsense. Every time we give you facts, you work against the facts because you want to achieve a particular end. The leader of NCC is right. Steinhoff is there. With so many billions disappeared, DA never get questioned. Musimaimani received a car from Steinhoff. That matter is still not spoken about. Musimaimani received a house from Steinhoff. That matter is not spoken about. The white corruption in this country is not spoken about. You are trying to use us in relation to VBS to give corruption a black face, which we refuse. You are protecting white corruption in this country at the expense of the progressive people of South Africa to silence them. Even in the Matodi issue, there is Communist Party that is alleged to have requested, EFF they say in their own paper, never requested. The Communist Party requested the money. The ANC requested the money and gave, Zweli Mkhize gave an account of a different company. There they implicate them directly and say they requested and even told us where to pay. The EFF did not request. If anything, we offered to donate to the EFF. But those that are recipient of such donation, which we dispute, are now being attacked as if they are the one who went to solicit a bribe. The ANC in Limpopo, the biggest beneficiary of VBS because they send their municipalities to go and put money in VBS in exchange for gratuity. So that is not spoken about. Again, Polokwane municipality put money in VBS. None of you has asked the question, who was the mayor when Polokwane was putting money in VBS? The mayor was Minister of Justice at that time. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So again, unfortunately, we just have to continuously state this fact that the EFF never asked for the money, and the guy did say it on the affidavit. Affidavit. So this thing of that the EFF took the money of the poor, you guys have to stop that narrative. It's not true. It's not true. If you want to see people who took money from the narrative, go and speak to the DA. Go and speak to the Oppenheimers. Go and speak to the Ruperts. Go and speak to the Minels. Go and speak to the DBS. Go and speak to people who took money from the poor. We will tell you. Those are the people, Labo Rupert, who are taking money from the poor, who are fighting basic minimum wage, they are taking money from the poor till today. You understand? And again, he explains that contract with Skameka, and he says they paid it back. And the funny thing is that other people are not being questioned like the EFF is being questioned about this thing of VBS. White monopoly capitalist is completely protected. White corruption is completely protected. What happens in the DA stays in the DA. The books of the DA are tight, are watertight, because nobody must know about those things. But the files are coming out that the DA is completely corrupt as well. You know what I'm saying? So the things like the Communist Party, you have not heard anyone ask the Communist Party anything. You have not heard anyone double up on the ANC to say more than 20 municipalities invested in VBS, and your Municipality Financial Management Act says you should not invest municipal funds into a mutual bank. What about, when we're talking about, I think it was 25 municipalities. When we talk about 25 municipalities, you must then arrest 25 CFOs. That's what you must do. 25 municipalities, 25 CFOs must be arrested. But those people, most of them, we never even hear about that. And these are millions. One municipality, Marafeng, the CFO invested 50 million into VBS. This is what the type of things that the media is supposed to be asking, but they don't speak about those things because they don't push a nice narrative of the EFF being corrupt. Guys, the EFF is being fought. The MK party is being fought because they want to liberate their people completely, entirely, and in truth. That's the only reason. And if you don't wake up to that fact, you will continue voting for parties that don't make sense. You will continue voting for parties that say, let's continue singing this stem. You will continue voting for parties that tell you straight to your face that we want power, like Gaten McKenzie. You will continue voting for the PAC that sold out, the UDM that sold out. All of those parties, we must punish them come the 2026 elections. If you voted for the IFP, you better wake up. You better wake up as Mtomnyama. I'm telling you right now, you better wake up. Because and the more we stay divided as black people, is the more we are going to find ourselves in 50 years of democracy. The land is still in the white people. The economical power is still in the white people. The market are still controlling the country. The markets are still controlling the IEC and everything. If we don't wake up as the African people, that's what I'm saying to you guys. So the biggest beneficiary to all of this is the ANC. The ANC are in the center of VBS Bank. They are the ones who send their municipalities to send money there so that they can get it on the other side. And that is the honest truth. If you don't want to hear it, it's fine. So, yeah, guys, Zabuya. There's an interesting story I would like to tell you, because you guys are sleeping. You don't even know what is going on. But let your boy tell you. So, as you guys know, Peta is a registered entity. We registered Peta. Luckily, they never stole that from us. The Pan-African School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture is registered. So last week, I sat down with the first committee meeting with the funding members. I'll be doing a presentation for you guys very soon. But anyway, one of the funding members was then established with a task to form to fix our paperwork, our email address, the school email address, so that we can get proper emails and everything, not a Gmail account. You understand what I'm saying? So we find out that there is a white company that took our name, Peta, and registered it on the emails. So paseta.com, of which is the email we wanted to use for you guys to easily access us. Paseta.com was registered already and was being sold to us for more than 20,000 rand. Yeah? More than 20,000 rand. Paseta.com is stolen from us. You see? So sometimes we try to be transparent and talk about these things. But because I told you guys, my enemies are watching. But because we are a threat to these people, they are stealing our trademarks. They are stealing our name. They are stealing our everything and registering it before us. So, like I said, you guys just have to trust us that in the background we are doing the work. We know the company. We know who's doing everything. But that's not important because it's a fight that we cannot fight. The person who registers first takes the name. But anyway, we managed to get another website. We rather went for .co.za. So don't worry, we are doing things in the background. The school is being built. I'll give you guys a presentation and introduce you guys to the founding members of Peta. But I just wanted to tell you guys that the white people watching this channel, they are fighting in the background and trying to steal our identity of Peta. But we are equally equal to the task that they are trying to do. You know, so very soon, prepare your wallet, prepare your heart, prepare your expertise, prepare your time to donate to Peta, the school that we are trying to build for our African children. You know what I'm saying? We are sick and tired of complaining. We are sick and tired of talking too much. It's time for us to build. You guys are going to be excited about the team. I promise you, you're going to love the team so much. Very vibrant young men that are ready to fight this fight of fixing the future of our African children, starting first with the educational system. Okay, so also go to our sister channel, African Mojolo with your boy King, where we teach about relationships and everything that has to do with love and the way Africans should behave in relationships, and we warn each other on mistakes that other Africans have done so that we don't repeat the same mistake. African Mojolo with your boy King is aiming to hit that 1,000 subscribers before the end of this month. Please make sure you support that channel by clicking the subscribe button and leaving your thoughts on the comment section that side too. Until we meet again, don't forget to pray. After you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.